Thank you. So, how many of you is doing an ICO at the moment? Okay, the saying goes like there are two people. One is who doing an ICO, and the other is like planning an ICO. So, I'm Viktor Tabori, the co-founder and CTO of Etheal, and I'm a software engineer by trade. So I'm kind of a geek, and my partner, co-founding partner, is a researcher. So we analyzed 850 ICOs before we started. So maybe there's some information for you if you are running an ICO now, or if you want to invest, then maybe you can learn something as well. So with Etheal, we get pretty good ratings. We can just skip. Yeah, thanks. So we got pretty good feedback from the community as well. But I don't want to talk about that. I really want to talk about our experience with analyzing this many of ICOs. And we get these 6 topics which you really have to get it right if you want to have a successful ICO. It's team, white paper, legal, smart contracts, security, and marketing. So why ICO? We saw that pretty average looking guys just raised like $10 million worth of investment through ICO, like Austrian founders with 10x, they raised 80 million, or 2 Slovakian guys raised with District 0x, they raised $30 million. So it looked like something which we were to look into, and this is why we started this journey in crypto. So when should you do an ICO? First is like if you have 1 year, because at the time of starting our own ICO, we thought, yeah, obviously we can do it 3 months. So everyone is like just amateurs. We're gonna do better. But now we still need like 1 year to do it as well. So it looks like you don't need that much time. But yeah, sure. So please plan ahead. You will need 1 year for sure. The second, you have to have vision. And by that I mean blockchain is basically a trust technology, very good for incentives as well. But you have to really integrate into the product, so it's not just tokenize everything, not just let's throw everything on the blockchain, because I'm a developer, I'm always explaining to people that basically blockchain is an Excel file copied on each and every computer. So obviously you can't put everything on the blockchain, since computers have to be able to store the blockchain and run the blockchain. So you have to have the vision. You obviously need money for it, so we think it's around at least 20 BTC if you want to do it. Blockchain part, I already told it. And you need team and advisors. So it's not just team and advisors about doing the ICO itself. You really need expertise in delivering the product as well. So if you don't want to just raise some money and then run to Thailand and live happy ever after, if you really want to do it, you need people, expertise within blockchain and within the market, the industry you are in. Obviously, we got pretty good advisors on board, like Michael Terpin or David Orban, and several blockchain entrepreneurs as well. As I said, it takes some money. So obviously, if you start to do an ICO, you realize that you get offers like, okay, you get listed on this side or that site, and it costs like 1 or 2 BTC. So you can spend money pretty quickly. It's quite good if you have early investors. When not to do the ICO. The first is if the only motivation you have is like driving a Lambo all day, so obviously this is not the best choice for it. If you think like shitcoin X raised $5 million and that's the motivation for you to do an ICO, then please don't do it, because that's the exception and not the rule. So 1 year ago maybe some shitcoins raised shitload of money, but now it's not happening now. The bar is pretty high at the moment. You have to put in lots of work. The saying goes, once you understand blockchain, you can't sleep anymore. So it's pretty true. So you have to put in work and lots of hours. And please don't do an ICO if someone like me can convince you to not to do it, okay? So about the white paper, I don't really want to talk too much about it. It's quite obvious. It's like the plan, the business plan, how you will utilize the blockchain. You need at least 3 months, not because the first version is going to be ready only in 3 months, but because you have to iterate it. And when you have the final version, it takes really like 3 months. So please plan ahead. Okay, this is just quick statistics about which country has the most ICOs. The top is USA and Russia. There is no really big surprise about that. But if you look at ICOs per capita, then you see Estonia, Singapore, and Slovenia. So it's kind of surprising for us, was surprising. So please look into that countries as well if you're planning ahead and you don't have at the moment a company for it. Since I'm a developer, as I said, I got questions about smart contracts and security. And we use Ethereum, Solidity. So if you are coding the smart contracts or you are using, you hiring someone to do the smart contracts, please tell them that, look, the Ethernaut by Zeppelin, which is basically a capture the flag online competition for hackers, where on the Ethereum test network, you can hack 6 different contracts. And then you can really understand how the DAO hack happened, how the parity hack happened. So for me, it was a totally different experience when you just only read about these hacks. And it's totally different when you're actually doing it. So you're writing code which is stealing test Ethereum from the test Ethereum network, or you're getting over the control from some contracts. So please really do it. It's going to change your vision about how to make something secure. And obviously, when you develop the smart contracts, you have to test it as well. So personally, I wrote 178 unit tests for it. And obviously, when you did all the work, then you still have to audit it. We personally talk with 19 companies which are specialized in smart contract auditing. So the price for auditing, after you've done everything like that, smart contract, like the unit test, it takes $15,000 to $100,000. You really have to do it because that shows a sign of seriousness. So I really recommend not to skip it. And obviously some tested sources like Open Zeppelin contracts, which are pretty good. I'm not just saying because I'm contributing to them, but it's really well-tested smart contracts. And please read the Consensus in Security Best Practices. Just search for it on the online and you will find all the information about how to write a secure smart contract. Because the thing is Solidity is based on JavaScript, and the big problem from development perspective is quite easy to start, very easy to write code, and very, very difficult to write a secure code. So we did the audit with Blockchain Labs New Zealand, and we are working with Silent Signal. This is a general purpose company for security, IT security. And from a security perspective, DDoS protection is quite basic. So you have to protect your website, because we saw hacks where basically they shut a website down. They made a new website, the hackers, and they said, okay, the new website is this new domain, and please contribute here. And obviously, it was a scam, so they steal the money. And you also have to enable wherever you can the two-factor authentication, because I saw an ICO which got hacked through the DDoS protection because the email was leaked, email and password, and they hacked the DDoS protection, and that's how they steal the money. So please use two-factor authentication wherever you can. And obviously, you have to protect your communication channels and use the common sense. Because I got this message on Slack. They didn't even bother to create a fake MyEther wallet. All they did is write a nice message, spam everyone, have an Ethereum address in it, and they made $500,000. So it's even very basic scams can make lots of money. So please really use your common sense there. According to marketing channels, in our experience, as I said, this market is quite evolving very fastly. What's working now for us is Twitter and Telegram, so this is not a big surprise there. And this is our basic methodology, what we use. In the last 8 years, we run a digital agency. We worked in 19 industries. And we always use the same methodology. So first is grabbing all the subjective data. So it can be interview with CEOs, with salespeople, deep interviews, focus groups. So basically just getting all the subjective data, then test them, and then use the 1 and 2, which is performing very well. So I show you a quick example. So what you see here is 4 different advertisements for Facebook. We tried everything. It's in one we used loads of emojis because we heard, yeah, emojis working very well. We also tried make healthcare great again. So we tried all these, and they failed. And what was working very well is an advertisement about why a Harvard Medical School alumnus joined our project. So this is outperformed every other advertisement. So what we did, we expanded on this message, and then we made a video interview about why he joined our advisory team and why he's supporting us, and we made advertisement as well from these very well performing advertisements. So regarding Telegram, I guess we were the first one who realized that owning a Telegram name, it's like no matter what channel are you in, you have the same display name. So we utilize this to basically rewarding people to putting our project in their name, and we used in our bounty. So I guess we were the first bounty program which used Telegram. And Bitcoin Talk, the thing is, what they say about Bitcoin Talk, both the trolls and the dollars live there. So you can't really miss bitcointalk.org. And if you are in the ICO or if you were on bitcointalk.org, then you know that each and every member of the website can have a signature. And this signature is used for bounties as well. So if you put information in the signature, everyone sees it. But the thing is, if you start out early, so you are quite a new member of the website, there are quite a lot of things you can't do. For example, at the entry level, you can't use different font size, so you can't write big letters, and you can't do a lot of things. But we pretty much found huge fans of Elon Musk. And Elon Musk says, always think from first principle, which basically says, don't copy mindlessly others. Really do the thinking for yourself. So think about what's the aim you want to achieve and why and how you can achieve it efficiently. And on the left side, you see like 3 signature campaigns, which are all small cap. And on the right side, we just did a little bit of thinking, and we use ASCII characters, and as you can see, it's all cap or big text, even for the entry-level Bitcoin Talk members. So this is something which is using a little bit of thinking, you can get a little bit of more visibility in the website. So, and we also analyzed the traffic, referral traffic of all these websites, because we got inquiries to get listed on lots of ICO websites for 1, 2, 3 Bitcoins and all that stuff. And when we looked into it, what we found was these websites don't have enough traffic to measure it. So this is below measurement level. And that's why we did this analysis. And what it says, basically like 10 of the top websites driving the 80% of the traffic. So please really do your own calculations all the time, because otherwise you just get ripped off, which is not good. So I'm really advising to use SimilarWeb or something similar website to see the web traffic of the website you want to get listed on. And the only constant is change. For example, if you look at ICO Bench, a few months ago, they were nowhere. Now they are pretty huge. And also, for example, walletinvestor.com, which is basically providing forecast data of each and every token. They just shoot out to the moon. I mean, 2 months ago, they were nowhere. Now they are a pretty serious player in the field. So you always have to keep an open eye. And yeah, go to conferences, because that's where you can form relationships. For example, in Ljubljana, we won an audience award, and my co-founding partner was in Las Vegas, the biggest show, consumer electronics show, where we won the 2nd place among all the blockchain projects. So we got invited to a private event in Stanford to speak with Etheal, Sequoia Capital, so all the big VCs. So please do it. That's where you can really make the connections. And obviously give value. So that's why providing value, doing interviews with founders and providing visibility to others, it's a really great way, not just to grow yourself, but really growing a sustainable community. So I'm really advising you to give back, give value to the community. So this is the 6 parts you have to get right. Team, white paper, legal, smart contract, security, and marketing. So that's all. Thank you for the attention.